everyone, welcome to another episode of Crypto Chats. So today's episode is basically what my Halloween episode was supposed to be, right? But I was in Pennsylvania, so I did something that was relevant to that area instead. But you know, if you think about it, this would have been really, really great for Halloween. And that moment has passed, so we're just gonna do it now. Today I'm talking about the Jersey Devil. If you're not familiar, the Jersey Devil is like one of the oldest running like cryptids I think ever. Like it's like, you know, its first sighting was in the 1700s. Like that's crazy. But it's one of my favorite cryptids, and I know I say that a lot, but this one is definitely in my top five. I believe. Oh, maybe not. I thought the Jersey Devil was on my tapestry, but no, my Jersey Devil pillowcases is what I was thinking of because I'm a crazy person and I really like it. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to talk about the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil or the 13th Child. It's got a lot of names. It's a very, very cool cryptid. So we're going to talk about that today. Let's get into it. So, the Jersey Devil origin story starts way back in the 1700s, 1735 to be specific. And if you're not already familiar with this cryptid and where it originates from, so it is said to live in the Pine Barrens of New Jersey. The Pine Barrens kind of spread like kind of all the way across the state. We actually drove through New Jersey recently. And I was like, please, 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 let's stop. And nobody else wanted to, so we did not. But anyway, so the Jersey Devil, first sighting, 1735. The origin story goes that Mother Leeds was pregnant with her 13th child. Now that's a lot of children, and she was not thrilled about being pregnant again with a 13th child. So she cursed the child before it was born and said, "May this child be the devil." Back in the 1700s, people were very religious, and Mother Leeds is no exception to that. And so the story is kind of that her cursing this unborn child and saying that it would be the devil kind of created this devil child. So basically, the story is that when Mother Leeds finally gave birth to this child, it came out a normal baby, and everything was fine for a total of like 2 minutes. And then once that 2 minutes was up, this child transformed into this weird creature and flew away. And if you're not familiar with what the Jersey Devil looks like, I will show you a picture. Here's a photo. I'm going to do my best to explain all the parts of this creature because, as you can see, it's weird. It's very strange looking. It's somewhere between like a kangaroo, looks like maybe a little horse in there, leathery bat wings. It's got horns. It's just like there's a lot happening in the creation of the Jersey Devil. Like a lot of stuff happened here. And it's crazy looking. It's nuts, but that's kind of why I like it, because it's just like a weird mashup of so many animals. And it's just, I don't know, like to me, like it doesn't look threatening. Like I don't feel like threatened when I look at it. I feel like I want to pet it and like give it a carrot and like have it be my friend. But that's just me. So another version of the origin story of the Jersey Devil is that Mother Leeds was actually a witch this whole time, right? So she didn't curse the child, the unborn child. She didn't like kind of cause this transformation in any like in a, like a religious way or anything. She just was a witch from the beginning, and the father of this baby was Satan himself. And that's a fun theory. I kind of like, I like to prefer that one because it's just silly and weird. But when you look back at the 1700s, it does kind of make sense. I'm gonna bounce a little bit between topics just because that's how my brain works. But also, this is not in my actual research. This is coming from something that I read a long time ago. I one day was just, you know, at the beginning of the quarantine, I was just sitting on my laptop and like reading some stuff, and I read this in-depth article about some of the explanations as to why the Jersey Devil story came to be. And like I said, I read this a long time ago, and I didn't write any of it down because why would I do that? That's the sensible thing to do. And why would I do that? So this is all coming from memory, so just kind of bear with me a little bit. There was, back in the 1700s, the original, well, I don't want to say the original, one of the theories as to why the Jersey Devil became what it was, aside from like it being a cryptid, and aside from it being like a weird phenomena, there was a, I guess, newspaper editor. I don't know what they were called back in that day, but he was essentially a newspaper editor who had some beef with Mother Leeds's like baby daddy, who is unnamed at this point. I don't know his name. I'm not sure. But Mother Leeds's baby daddy had some beef with this newspaper editor. So this newspaper editor took out his personal vendetta against Mother Leeds's baby daddy in the form of creating this ridiculous tale about how she had given birth to this monstrous creature and hid it from the world because she did not want anyone to know. That stuck in my brain for a long time. If I can find the original thing that I read that on, I'm gonna link it down below because it's interesting to read. It was very cool. It was obviously way more in depth than how I just explained it because that's all I could think of at this moment. But it's very cool, and if I can remember where I found it, I will link it. So that's like another kind of moment of origin, I guess, for the Jersey Devil. So like I said, I was going to jump around a little bit just because my brain is all around today. So going back to the description of the Jersey Devil, throughout time, obviously it's been a long time since the 1700s. It's been quite a few years, a couple, if you will. And there have been a lot of sightings of this creature, but not every description of it is the same. And so we have the original description, sorry, of the Jersey Devil, the kangaroo-like one with the horse legs and the bat wings. But there's also another really common description of the Jersey Devil that is honestly like more freaky to me, and it's like a gnome, like a garden gnome, but it has like cloven hoods and like bat wings. And that's scary to me because I don't know, cryptids that are tiny freak me out because I'm like, you could be literally anywhere. Whereas like the Jersey Devil being like a 7-foot tall, like kangaroo-esque creature can't hide that easily, right? Like that's too big. It's too big. I can see you. Yeah, you might be able to squeeze behind a tree or something, but I can still see you. But a gnome-like creature, that's spooky because that can kind of like hide wherever it wants. Anyway, that's really scary to me. And then there's also, this one's interesting because I don't know how many of you guys are fans of the X-Files. I love the X-Files, big fan. And they have an episode where Fox Mulder goes to New Jersey to investigate the Jersey Devil. And the Jersey Devil is portrayed as a feral human. And there's not one, but there's a whole family. And if you haven't seen the episode, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil it for you. But it's a feral human who comes out of hiding and starts like kind of causing a little bit of havoc, like not a lot, but like a little bit in southern New Jersey because, and this one was a woman, her husband was killed. I don't want to say husband, I don't know if they were married. Her partner was killed and she had a few babies that she needed to feed. So she went and was like scrounging around abandoned buildings and stuff trying to find food for her family, and Fox Mulder takes upon himself to like find out what's happening with her because we stand Fox Mulder in this house. He is a nice, sweet man who just wants to help. And he goes and helps this creature. She dies in the end. Told you I was going to spoil it. But, you know. So there is that portrayal of the Jersey Devil as well. So we have kangaroo, we have little gnome, which I don't know if I can find a picture of that for you. And then we have the feral human version of the Jersey Devil. To my knowledge, the feral human version is only portrayed in that TV show and has not been actually sighted in the Pine Barrens. I could definitely be wrong. I don't live in the Pine Barrens. I have not spent every second of my time there. And I also do not have a personal Jersey Devil sighting. So I don't know that for sure. But to my knowledge, at the very least, that's only, the Jersey Devil's only portrayed that way in the X-Files. Okay, so one of the things that I really like about the Jersey Devil is the lack of like solid reported sightings. Because like I know if you've watched my videos up to this point, you know that I love solid sightings that like have videos and pictures and like a ton of detail and stuff. But to me, the Jersey Devil is best left as like a mysterious, like weird enigma of a creature. And that's like one of the reasons I really like that there's not a ton of like really solid sightings, because a creature that's been around since the 1700s, you would think there would be more like picture and video evidence of it, but that's not really the case. To my knowledge, there's only been like 1 or 2 videos ever like caught of the Jersey Devil, and I could not find any of them when I searched, because the internet loves to just deprive me of the things that I need. But that's okay. I'm gonna read you guys a couple of sightings. So I have a couple of sightings that I want to talk about. Only there's like I only grabbed a small handful because, like I said, I like to think that the Jersey Devil is a weird, mysterious kangaroo thing running around the woods and just like eating chickens, and like, because that's another thing, is like it's been known to be the reason why a lot of farmers have lost livestock, because it just goes and eats the chickens. So I like to just keep that image of the Jersey Devil being a mysterious creature eating chickens in the woods. But I'll read you guys some sightings because there have been some interesting ones over the years. Okay, so in 1993, there was a forest ranger named John Irwin who was driving down, I think it's pronounced Mullica River, sorry. And ahead of him on the road, he spotted a creature that was 6 feet tall, and was covered in matted black fur and had really large horns. He kind of stared at it for a little bit and eventually it flew away. That part's important because that means it had wings. And you know, it was nighttime, so you didn't get it, especially a creature like the Jersey Devil being like totally black, like it's full black. It's not, don't have spots or anything. It's just black. Makes it a little harder to see, especially in a place like the Pine Barrens, where I think, to my knowledge, the Pine Barrens is a national forest. I could be wrong. I don't know that for sure. I'm probably wrong about that, but I know at least it is not a bright lit city place with like streetlights. So at the very least, this guy was driving down the road and he sees this creature. He did not get a full detailed report, and that's okay with me. But he did, at least to my knowledge, at least what I've gathered and what I have decided to be the truth in this sighting, is that he saw what was the original description of the Jersey Devil. All right, so then I have another couple of sightings in 2015, which is pretty recent. I mean, I know it's 2020 now, and that was 5 years ago, but it's still like recent enough that it like counts as recent. So we had a man named David Black, and he was driving alongside a golf course when he spotted a creature kind of weaving in and out of the tree line, and his first initial thought was that it was a llama. And if you look at this picture of the Jersey Devil, I can kind of see how it could look like a llama. But he thought it was a llama, and was kind of just like, what the heck? What's going on? Why is there a llama weaving in and out of the tree line? So he stopped, he pulled over, and he kind of just like watched it for a few minutes. And then, much like the sighting in 1993, this creature just kind of took flight and flew off into the tree line. David Black supposedly had taken a picture of the creature and caught it on camera. Once again, as per usual, I could not find that photo because I am cursed on the internet. But anyway, a few days later, another person, her name was Emily Martin, saw the same creature, near Leeds Point. Sorry, I did not read all of my notes before I started talking. And took a video. This is the one I mentioned before that had a video in it. And again, I can't find it, so Both of the eyewitnesses like really swore up and down that they did not make it up, and that they definitely saw it. And you know what? I believe them, because why would they make it up? I would love to see the Jersey Devil. I like really, when we were driving through New Jersey, all I wanted was to like look up into the sky and see him flying through and hanging out. But at this point, I also like to think about how he's old. He'd be old now, right? Like the 1700s, 1735 to 2020, that's a long time. That's an old boy. I don't know. I like him anyway. I really do like enjoy the Jersey Devil like quite a bit. And I like seeing how much it is referenced in pop culture. Like, there being an episode on the X-Files of the Jersey Devil is like incredibly important to me, because I feel like a lot of times, even if it's not an accurate description of it, I do appreciate that there was some sort of like cryptid like crossover in a show that was as popular as the X-Files, and still is as popular as the X-Files, because I still watch it and I love it. But also it's interesting too, because there are a lot of times where I see the Jersey Devil represented in like in art or in film, from people who don't necessarily have as much love towards cryptids that I do. And I really enjoy it. There is an artist, I'm going to show you a screenshot of his Instagram. He's very cool. He has this print that he made of the Jersey Devil a long time ago, and it's titled The 13th Child. And I just really like it. I really like the Jersey Devil. This has not been the most informative video I have ever made. This has been more of my own personal love note to the Jersey Devil, and I apologize for that. But you get the gist of it at the very least, and you got to listen to me gush about how much I love the Jersey Devil. So with that, I will leave you guys to go continue scrolling through YouTube and watch anything else. So thanks for watching my video this week. I know it was a little bit more rambly than I normally am, and it was definitely more heartfelt rather than factual than it usually is, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks so much. Bye!